All right, hey y'all, it's your girl Aisha, otherwise known as Miss Champagne. Welcome to Growing by Faith. Today we're going to start inside. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. I had a special request from a friend asking about moringa. So I wanted to share some of what I've learned about growing moringa, the purposes of moringa, and what I do with it in my yard. So first thing I'm going to tell anyone is to do your own research. Don't just run to Google because, anyone can post anything on the internet. I prefer books, or if it's a, certified website like the National Institute of Health, or one of those websites, especially if you're trying to take something that's considered medicinal. Do your research. This is The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. It's by Dr. Nicole Appelian. She has a section in here on moringa, the different uses, which it's known as the tree of life. That's one of the nicknames. It's the big multivitamin, but it's good for anti-inflammatory, anti-aging. It's an antioxidant as well. You can use it for diabetes. It helps with regulating your blood sugar levels, detoxing the body, improving digestion, and also helping with joint problems and arthritis, which is the anti-inflammatory property. Do your research, get you a good book or two. There's also another book that I have by Amanda Pike. She's a food forest grower in Florida. I like her book because she also addresses not just the use of the plant, but how it grows, how to grow it, if it needs sunlight, if it needs dapple light and stuff like that. The remedy book is just going to show you how to prepare it and use it for what ailment. But let's go outside. It's a little bit of a gloomy day. It's been raining all morning. I wanted to do this video earlier, but we're doing it in the afternoon. So if you've watched my previous videos, then you know I had a pretty big moringa tree up here. It's probably about 12, 13 feet. I did cut it back literally only a week ago, and it's already growing back. Moringa does great. It handles being pruned. You can hard prune it. I could cut it back to the ground and it will grow back. You want to keep your moringa at a manageable height. Otherwise they're trees. So, and we're talking like a 30-foot, 40-foot tree if you let it get that big. Some of my moringa here I'm actually growing for shade purposes. So I have moringa all over my garden. But to the next point, depending on what you're growing it for, if you don't need shade, then you're gonna prune it frequently and keep it nice and bushy. As you can see, it will grow back. You can grow moringa two different ways, either by cutting, which you can take some of this young wood, put that in some soil and root that. Just keep in mind it's going to have really weak root systems, and in Florida it's not the best method because of our tropical storms and our wind. You want something with good root systems. So plant it by seed if you can get your hands on some seed. How I enjoy my moringa, it has a grassy flavor to me. So if you're going to eat it fresh, keep in mind this is medicinal. So this isn't something that you're making like a bowl of, okay? I would choose like this branch here and eat these young ones, or maybe even these young ones. But the older the leaves get, I'll show you another one. This is another moringa that I have. When they start turning dark green, these are more mature. You can tell the branch is a little bit darker. The flavor is going to be more intense. So I would harvest, like I'm going to cut this in half, probably about right here. And all of this I'm going to strip off and dehydrate, make it into a powder. And then I can just take a tablespoon and add it to my smoothies or my green drinks that I make. But that's the two easiest ways to prepare moringa. Either you're going to dry it, you can put it in capsules, you can put it in smoothies or powders, take it with other powders. These I would probably avoid. If they're yellow, they're going to be really bitter, and I would not eat those. But nice dark green, yes. Prune it frequently if you want to keep it manageable. It'll be more bushy. Otherwise, you can see these are all grown from seed. They're just going to be kind of long and lanky. But when you do cut it, it's going to start producing a lot of side shoots, as you see here. So I hope that answers some of the questions that you may have about growing moringa. Maybe this is your first time, you don't know what to do with it, how to harvest it, when to harvest it. Like I said, when they're light green, the stem is when it's best to me to eat fresh. It's really soft, it's really flexible. The plant is going to bounce back, don't worry about killing it. But again, once the stem starts to darken, like these here, and the leaves are a darker green, they have a stronger taste. If you're one of those people who can do like grass shots at one of those like Whole Food stores, then it's not going to bother you. I would take like all of this, strip it, and then eat that. Me personally, I wouldn't do any more than that. There's no guidelines per se as to like how much. They just say not to eat it in large quantities. It's a medicine. You're not going to take a whole bunch of medicine that controls your blood sugar and now it's crashing. If you're on medications, then you definitely want to, check with your providers before ingesting anything that can interact with what you're already taking. I'm not a doctor. I am a nurse, so I do work in the medical field. I'm very familiar with pharmacology, but please always follow your provider, do your own research before you make a conscious health decision. But everyone should absolutely be growing it in their food forest. When it gets, too big, I feed it to my rabbits in small amounts, give them like a little branch each. I also feed it to my chickens. I don't really use it as a chop and drop as much, just the wood, but I give the leaves and stuff to my animals, because if it's beneficial for us, then usually it's beneficial for your animals. And if they know if they're not supposed to eat it or not, because they just won't eat it. And that is that. All right, I'm back on the patio because it is drizzling a little bit. But just wanted to come on here and say thanks for watching this video. If you like content like this, or you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It just really keeps me encouraged to put out content that you guys are actually interested in watching. I did want to show you what a moringa pod looks like when it's nice and dry. If I can do this without dropping it. And then you have some seeds here. They have like a papery coating. So I'm going to get some of those planted. My goal is to, again, be able to give away a lot of these plants to people who want to get started with a food forest of their own. Yeah. And that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you guys later. Bye.